What's up, YouTube? It's RS Mario here, bringing you another Legend of Zelda Theories and Myths video. Alright, so there's a lot to cover here, but before I get to the video, a few things I have to say. What is up to all the new subscribers? I actually had a surprising number of new subscribers over the last few weeks after the Zelda gameplay stuff came out and some other stuff came out. I had a lot of new subscribers. So what is up, you guys? Welcome aboard. I hope you guys enjoy everything. Another thing is, this video is very late. It was actually supposed to come out like a week ago, at least before Christmas. But yeah, this is like the fourth revision of this video. Every time I go to, I write this video, I record the video, then I see something else that's vastly important, and I revise the whole video. And the last time I actually got all the way to the phase of actually getting ready to put the video together, and I was looking for the music you hear in the background, and I saw a few other videos on the Sheikah, and I was like, crap, man, there's so much more stuff I could do. So I was like, well, back to the drawing board. So that's why I was like, okay, well, I did it again. So yeah, it got delayed to after Christmas, but eventually it got to you. So this is the finished product. Sorry it was so late, but I'm trying to do an awesome video for you guys, and get as much information as possible. Alright, so, on to the video. Stay tuned afterwards, for some more information about this series. But, yeah, let's go. Another Legend of Zelda Theories and Myths video. This one is kind of the beginning of a small mini-series inside of my Myths and Theories series. I'm going to be doing that's going to be focused around the Hyrulean Civil War. Alright, now the Hyrulean Civil War is actually a very, very important event in Hyrulean history that's not talked about nearly as much as it should be, because it is actually very, very important. The Hyrulean Civil War kicks off several events that actually mold a lot. They're very important to the Zelda franchise as a whole. During the Hyrulean Civil War, let's see. Oh yes, a young Hyrulean mother, she leaves her baby, at the Dooku tree, and she dies, and that kicks off the events of Ocarina of Time. Let's see. The interlopers try to invade Hyrule, and they are sealed in the newly created Twilight Realm, which basically kicks off the events of Twilight Princess eventually. And of course, during the Hyrulean Civil War, which was about the entrance into the Sacred Realm to get the Triforce, a young, leader of a band of thieves becomes interested in the golden magical treasure inside the Sacred Realm, which stems probably one of the greatest evil masterminds in all of Zelda history, Ganondorf's creation. All of this stuff happens in and around and after the Hyrulean Civil War, so it is vastly important to the series. So I'm going to be covering some of these things in the next few episodes of the series. Also, some connections to my other series, my Legend of Zelda Wii U series, will also be alluded to around this area as well. But on to the show. So the thing I'm going to be talking about this time in the series is something that is actually a pretty big part of the Hyrulean Civil War that is pretty much never talked about, and that is the Sheikah. The Sheikah are, they were the personal guards and servants of Hylia herself, and eventually, they were told to protect Hylia's incarnations, which are, Zelda, which basically means they worked for the Hyrulean royal family. I believe, they probably worked for them as spies, assassins, and overall, like, peacekeepers. Think of, like, the NSA meets the CIA meets, like, the FBI. Maybe some of the secret police in there. Of the Hyrule royal family. The Gossip Stones, are actually communication devices for the Sheikah with the Hyrulean royal family. So, that way they can coordinate, probably assassinations on enemies. Think about this time, the Hyrulean royal family probably had a lot of enemies in the Civil War, so They probably use this to coordinate their forces and the Sheikah and things like that. But the big thing is not what the Sheikah were, but what happened to them. You know, because no one knows exactly what happened. There's only two things that are really said about the Sheikah. One is that they were betrayed by the Hyrulean royal family. The other is that they all died in the Hyrulean Civil War. You know, there's only one Sheikah left by the time you really get their main debut, which is in Ocarina of Time, and that's Impa. Okay, so we don't count the other one for obvious reasons. If you haven't played the Zelda games, you probably wouldn't know why, and I'm not going to go into those reasons because they'll probably spoil you in one of the best games ever. So if you don't know, go play that game. But yes, so what happened to the Sheikah? What happened during the Hyrulean Civil War? Why did they all die out? Why are they not in any other games? Why are they not in Skyward Sword? You know, what's up with why is everything associated to them dark, evil, or cursed? That's another thing we're going to get into in this video. Hopefully it won't be too long though. Okay, first we're going to get into some of the Sheikah items. The Eye of the Lens of Truth and the Mask of Truth. Both of these items, very powerful items in the Zelda franchise. They do seem to pop up, you know, from time to time, but mainly in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Both of these items are actually linked to curses. You know, like the Mask of Truth is actually worn by a guy, you know, and he turned out to be greedy, and he was cursed, or he was possibly tricked by the happy mask salesman himself. Because I think he's kind of a mysterious douche anyway. The Lens of Truth is even bigger curse. Now, the Lens of Truth has a lot of history behind it. You know, it is held in the bottom of the well, a place that is connected to the Shadow Temple, which is also connected to the Sheikah, which is actually in the Sheikah village of Kakaro Karo. I think that's how you say that. Probably not though. You know, the Sheikah built this. They built this village. It was the village where they lived in before they all mysteriously died. The bottom of the well is actually the house of a man who could see the truth. And, you know, he possibly used the Lens of Truth to do this, or maybe he was just gifted with that power. But the big thing is, eventually, he either dies or is executed and possibly turned into a phantom shadow beast called Bongo Bongo, which you fight in Ocarina of Time. And guess where you fight him? The Shadow Temple, which is also connected to the Sheikah. Why all the dark imagery connected to the Sheikah? You know, well, one theory is that the Sheikah possibly, were somehow, maybe there was an insurrection, of the Sheikah during the Hyrulean Civil War. Maybe they were the instigators of the Civil War. Maybe they wanted to overthrow their masters, and become, the dominant species, the dominant Hyruleans in Hyrule. Or, what I think, since technically they say, the tear in the Sheikah symbol is from the Hyrulean royal family betraying the Sheikah, maybe, somewhere in the Civil War, they had to betray the Sheikah in order to end the fighting and eventually take over, eventually solidify and, unify all of Hyrule. Also, the Hyruleans actually get a considerable amount of territory after the Hyrulean Civil War, including all the territory held by the Sheikah, which include their village in the Shadow Temple and the well. So, what happened to the Sheikah? I personally think that the Hyrulean royal family screwed them over. I mean, if you look at the Shadow Temple, it says that this is a place where Hyrule's, history of blood and greed is. And the Sheikah built the Shadow Temple. So maybe after they were screwed over by the Hyrule royal family, they were betrayed, they built this temple out of sorrow, and then they just kind of died off. All but like Impa, maybe a few others. And this is all centered around the Hyrulean Civil War. And it only gets darker from there. You know, because a lot of people, like, very few people actually know about the Hyrulean Civil War. You know, the only people who really do are maybe the Hyrulean royal family, Impa, and a few others who actually know about what happened in that period of time. Most other people really don't know. So, that's about it for this episode. This is the first episode in what I'm thinking is going to be 4 parts. So, it's not counting the other part that's going to be alluding to this in my next Legend of Zelda Wii U video, which comes out on next Saturday. You know, knock on wood, nothing happens. But yeah, you know, so you know, that's about it for this video. One thing, I'm doing a lot of Myths and Theories videos, because I also have a Pokemon Myths and Theories series that's going to start. It started up last week or a while ago by the time you get this video. So I suck at naming things. If you haven't noticed already, I really suck at naming videos. If you guys are more creative at naming things than I am, you know, post in the comments what you would name these series. You know, because I would like to know. You know, you never know. Your suggestions might actually become the name of the series if they're pretty good. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. You know, have a happy New Year, because it'll probably be almost New Year by the time this video comes out. And like, comment, subscribe, and keep it real.